It's time for the Star Wars The Force Unleashed review for the week. This is my first requested game, requested by 100RY1000. Thank you! Let me start off by saying, I love the Star Wars movies, but for some reason, I've never really been into the games that much. The last Star Wars game I played was LEGO Star Wars, but the last real Star Wars game was Jedi Knight 2 for the GameCube. I didn't care for it too much, because I think I just couldn't get used to the controls. Oh, and I remember the game would get so dark in some areas, it was almost impossible for you to see anything but your lightsaber. But enough about that. This game is set in between the third and fourth Star Wars episodes. The story starts out with Darth Vader and a fleet of stormtroopers landing on planet Kashyyyk. I think I'm saying that right. So now you begin. You start out as Darth Vader. Awesome. And are searching for any and all Jedi who are still alive. This part of the game is pretty much the tutorial, but you're still playing the main game. There is a tutorial on the main title screen, but the beginning of the game is really easy, so it's very unlikely you will die. As you make your way through, you will come upon the Jedi you have been searching for and you will fight him. After you win, you find out the Jedi had a son, and you take him with you. Your name is Starkiller, Vader's secret apprentice. He's a secret apprentice because the Emperor does not know of him. Vader sends Starkiller, you, to several different planets to defeat some remaining Jedi as your final test, before you can become powerful enough to assassinate the Emperor, but that's as far as I will go into the story. The controls are bittersweet. Bitter because the majority of your moves can be difficult and frustrating. Sweet because once you finally do master the moves, it can be very fun to pull them off. To swing your lightsaber, swing your Wii remote. Not hard at all, but you might want to take a couple Advil before you start, because since the Wiimote nunchuck combo is the only control scheme the game supports, you will be swinging your wrists a lot. The graphics are okay, good at best. They look like they were made for the GameCube. I know the Wii has been called the GameCube 1.5, but still, I think they could have worked on the detail a little more. Like I said with Jedi Outcast 2, in some areas the game could get very dark, and it would be difficult to see. But fortunately, there is an option where you can increase the brightness of the game. I wish I had seen that sooner. I didn't notice it until after I beat the game. The Force Unleashed reminded me a lot of Fable, because when you defeat an enemy, there are experience orbs that fly to you. You buy new powers with your experience. Some of the powers were similar to the powers in Fable, and even one of the voice actors sounded like Maze from Fable. A nice feature in this game was if you gathered enough experience points, you could purchase or upgrade any of your powers right in the middle of the game. You didn't have to go back or wait until you're in your ship to make a transaction. There are many force powers you can purchase and upgrade. Some of the moves might take a bit to remember and master because of the sensitivity in the Wiimote and nunchuck. You can customize your character's outfit, your lightsaber color, and your lightsaber power. I enjoyed the many different colors of your lightsaber, but I thought it would have been interesting if the AI around you would get confused by what color your lightsaber was.
You will never defeat me. You will join the dark side.
I'll never. Well, wait. Why do you have a green lightsaber?
Oh. Why do you have a red one?
Well, it was the only one on sale. What about you?
Well, my grandma got me this one. I told her I was a Sith, but she thinks I'm a Jedi for some reason. You know how grandmas are.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Want to trade?
Sure.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah. Now, what were we doing again?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah!
There are many cubes throughout the game you can collect, which contain pictures of numerous items or characters that are related to the Star Wars universe. There's also a duel mode, where you and another player can duke it out with your choice of many Jedis and Sith. It would have been nice if some of the arenas were a bit larger, but it was still pretty fun. There is no online mode, which I found surprising and disappointing. The voice acting is great, although I'm not sure if Starkiller's voice was the best pick for him. It just seemed a bit too soft. But everyone else's was terrific. I couldn't believe it when I found out that James Earl Jones did not do the voice of Darth Vader. It sounded just like him. It's the best impersonation I've ever heard.
You were weak when I found you. Now your hatred has become your strength. At last, the dark side is your ally.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention a really cool feature in this game. With any mini-boss or boss you're fighting, sometimes your character will go into an automatic fight mode where you will either have to shake the Wiimote or nunchuck at the correct times. If you can do each sequence correctly, your enemy will go down in health significantly. Plus, it's really cool to watch. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed is a great game. It has a good storyline, awesome voice acting, and the Force powers are very fun to pull off. The only downsides that I found were the controls could have been a little more precise, the graphics looked a bit old, there's no online mode, and the game was kind of short. But overall, it's still quite entertaining. For any and all Star Wars fans, you will feel right at home with this game. This game gets a 3.5 out of 5 with the title of good.